Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 2, the Enhanced Edition, The Shadows of Arm, and when last we left off, we have defeated the cult of the Unseeing Eye. No more will it plague Athkatla, and we returned the rift device to the god that loaned half of the device to us. We gained our reward from the god and from the Temple of Helm. Rewards all round, and that's always good. Dawn Ilkhan has a level up we need to do, and Dawn gained a whole 3 hit points and 1 level 1 spell. Dawn has got to the point where divine spellcasting is available, and we might as well get some things that will be generally useful all the time, like Cure Light Wounds. Detect Evil, not so much. I think pretty much Cure Light Wounds. Another source of minor amounts of healing. Always good.
For now.
Let's leave and go and do some buying and selling, because this has been long overdue. We have lots of things that we could sell, and we need to find the exact point, there we go, that we need to click to go and leave. Joaquin's Promenade, here we go. We've got a lot of stuff to work through. We have a whole bag of holding full of things. And we're going to be making quite a bit of money that I imagine is going to pretty much all disappear as soon as we buy 1 or 2 things, because there's one thing I really want to purchase, a thing for Edwina that will make her a lot more capable. The Adventure Mart is right over here, and we'll get to selling first. You don't need to shout at us, we know where we're going, and shout at us the hawker didn't. We won't steal anything, don't worry about it. Let us talk. Where are you walking to?
Most disagreeable.
You're pushing us out of the way. That was very rude. And it was most disagreeable, indeed. How rude of you, nobleman. Let's go and say hello, shall we?
Rybald Bardaman at your service.
Good to hear. We have some items that we're interested in. And we have some things that we need to sell to you. Let us open this and look at all that we have inside. We have this short sword +1 we want to get rid of, this quarterstaff +2, this dagger +1, these arrows of biting. The staff of curing I think we'll hold on to. We will get rid of this, and this isn't going to be useful for us because we don't have somebody that can really use it. We'll get rid of this, we'll get rid of the Book of Kaza, which will give us 1,350, this composite longbow, that we haven't identified we're not going to get rid of. We can get rid of this, and that, and this, and we'll get rid of that, we'll keep that, it's not really worth anything anyway. We'll get rid of this, and that, the Wyvern's Tail +2. Hold on to that for now. Get rid of this, that, this battle axe +1, the Eyes of Truth. Hold on to those for now, I guess, and the Mail of the Dead +2. I think that's good. 11,000 or so gold, and get rid of that as well for another 1,000. This is far more empty now, and we should probably get rid of all these too. Actually, we'll keep the bolts, and we'll get rid of the arrows. Are we actually getting rid of these? I don't think... There we go. Oh, we had multiple of them. No wonder. We had multiple of them. Silly me. Silly me. I was wondering if we'd come across something where we just had an unlimited amount of things, but no, not the case. We could sell a few things in my gem bag as well. We'll get rid of the very cheap things. We want to get rid of things that aren't that expensive. We'll also get rid of this necklace, because this necklace... My, it has to go. Moonstone gem we'll hold on to, and we'll get rid of this and that as well. There we go, get rid of this and that as well. We can also get rid of these bloodstone gems as well. They're not especially valuable. And the silver ring, we can actually double-click to sell all of them. That's what I really should be doing. Silver necklace, and... we'll get rid of all of these bluestone necklaces. 44,456 gold. That's not bad. We'll keep that for now. Don't really have a purpose for the Dragon's Bane, though. it's really not something we're going to be using, because we aren't really proficient with halberds, so we'll sell that. And we'll also sell this plate mail, and this full plate, and this gem. That's a lot of money. Anything else that we can sell? A small shield, this. We'll keep Vascona, just because we have some sentimental value attached to it. We'll get rid of all of this. The shadow armor. Do I want to get rid of this? We have something that's pretty much better. We'll get rid of the shadow armor. As for you, we have some two-handed swords that we can get rid of, and that's really not very useful. We'll keep all of that. We'll get rid of this. And as for you, we have a few things that we could get rid of, like that, and we'll have a look in this gem bag. We have all of these to go, these to go, keep the moonbar gems, get rid of them, get rid of them, and that, this, and I think that will do. We have 52,984 gold. We could buy all manner of things, but what do we want to buy? Let's have a look. We could get some really good ranged weapons, like this here that deals additional fire damage. That would actually be quite good if we were dealing with trolls, which we're not doing right now. As for better things, the reflection shield reflects missiles back at their user, but actually gives us no protection against missile attacks, which is interesting wording. We have the Victor there, the Ring of the Princes, some helmets, some amulets and potions, and then we start getting to the really cool stuff, like the Rod of Resurrection. That is a really, really cool item. We may end up getting it. We have the Knave's Robe, the Girdle of Hill Giant Strength that gives you Strength 19, useful if you don't already have Strength 19, which we do. I don't think there's anything else we really want to get here, but there are some things being sold by you that we do want. We definitely want one thing at the very least.
Greetings, good customer. A pearl to you.
You are indeed going to sell us some really good stuff. And some of the things I want to get are useful really only for Edwina, like the Robe of Vecna. The Robe of Vecna will cost us 23,800 gold. But what does it do? This robe doesn't even have close to the power that the two famous artifacts, the Hand and Eye of Vecna, possess. Still, from simply being worn by the powerful Lich, the robe absorbed enough magical energies to become a potent magic item. Equipped abilities, Armor Class 5, which is pretty impressive for a robe. Magic resistance 10%, which is really good. Improves casting speed by 4, which means that all the spells that Edwina will cast will be done even quicker than normal. It's 23,800. It is a sound investment. We'll buy it. What else could we buy? We could get a sword, like the Sword of Balduran, which is a pretty good sword, magic resistance plus 10 and lore plus 10. Really neat. And this is the shield that we could have used to get through the Cult of the Unseeing Eye really easily. But I decided not to do so. The Mercy Killer Ring is really good for rogues. The Plate of Balduran is just pretty fantastic. Armor class -1. That's really good. And we have things like the halberd here that increases strength and reduces the other stats. We have the amulet here that gives a ridiculous amount of charisma and hit points and protection from evil constantly. It's really good, but a lot of classes cannot use it. And we have this blade that is also really good. It's really designed for somebody that multi-classes as a fighter wizard, or somebody that is a fighter who then dual classes into wizard, because then you can memorize extra spells, which is always nice. I don't think we want anything else here. It was mainly this that we want. Let's put this on. It's really useful. I mean, the armor class increase is really impressive in that it only increases it by 1, but that's because I believe there are spells that may be making this armor gain not as impressive looking. We're going to be selling this for sure.
What is it
We'll just
now?
get rid of this. Actually, maybe we don't have any spells going right now. Either way, still a really good robe.
Anything you need, I can
Really, really worth getting. So we'll just sell this. There we go. And I think we'll dump this into here. And I think we've had long enough without a quest. We're going to go get another one. We're going to go to the government district and seek out the person that wants to talk to us. You two went over there, that's fine. Getting that robe, definitely worth all the money that we just spent on it. Definitely worth it. And so we'll take this way out and go and talk to that cowled wizard. We may end up having to leave Athkatla. And there are quite a few things that we can do when leaving Athkatla. Are you following us? You're following us, aren't you?
See a like-minded friend to be.
Help! You've got to help! Please! What? What's the matter? Oh no, they're here! They've caught me! We have a vampire, and Dell.
Let me have a taste. Come.
Pretty cattle, you cannot run. Ah, you have found some helpers to aid in your chase. I wonder if your saviors will prove as useful as you hope. Ah, I know of this one. Terry Coleman, I believe. You are spared our wrath because of choices to come. Leave this place, and leave this creature to us. You are allied to neither of us yet. We could just walk away from this situation. Or we could just let them kill the person, or we could say this one. We could. If we do this, we could very well be making an enemy of the vampires. That said, by the sounds of it, when we were told by Bodhi that we had made an enemy then, we pretty much have already made them our foes. They just aren't acting upon any aggression that they may have. Choices to come. This is a tricky one. We don't have any real stake in the conflict, except the fact that we sort of leaned over to working with the Shadow Thieves. So, we're going to pick option 2, despite the fact that we're going to have to fight multiple vampires. I will not allow this killing. That I am uninvolved does not make it right. We are in no mood to be patient. If you must cower with cattle, you will die with the cattle. We have made enemies of all 3 of these vampires. Unfortunately for these vampires,
I will
you have
tolerate only
underestimated
so much.
how powerful we are. We can cast spells wherever we like, and we don't have all our spells, but we have some of them. And let's fight. We'll get you to attack here, and we can get you to... We could get you to use that sling. I suppose it can't hurt.
Leave me be.
And then we'll get you to fire another magic missile. This shouldn't be too difficult. Vampires aren't too challenging for us. We've taken care of one of them. Let's deal with you, shall we? And there's one more left to take care of. Notice that they aren't attacking Sansuki. They're only attacking us. This shouldn't be too difficult to finish off. I thank you for saving me. I thought I was dead for certain. Good to see that you are willing to risk your neck for a fellow ally of the Shadow Thief Guild. Looks like you were well worth the risk. Again, I thank you. We could have decided not to be involved. Also, you're being followed by one of them. You should watch out. Never mind, I'm sure you'll be fine. They might not be fine. We might want to go and rest purely because of the fact that we're not doing so well health-wise from the vampire fight. Well, Dawn isn't doing so well. Everyone else is doing pretty passably.
I am ready.
Better switch you back to a bow.
Ustanza
We have a
Ghost.
little bit of healing that we can spare. In fact, we have a lot of healing that we can spare. Always a good idea to think carefully about those decisions, but in the end, we are leaning more towards the Shadow Thieves, so
What would you
good idea to help that person out. We didn't actually know that that person was working with the Shadow Thieves. It was a risk that we took when we decided to help. To the government district. Ooh, there might be something going on here. There's some army and soldiers just standing around, and that's always a little bit worrying. Let's move forward cautiously.
do it?
In the name of the council, I am here to keep order.
Halt! Drop your weapons and keep your hands and fingers where I can see them. Are you sure that's some of them? Don't look like them. I ain't taking any chances. You saw what happened to the commander. Look at the way they're equipped. It could be them. At ease, soldier. I'll not have you running around accosting people on my watch. Sir, he was just making sure they were not a threat. These people are not who we're looking for, I am certain. We'll cause panic if we accuse everyone. You! Have you seen anything suspicious or unnatural lately? What do you mean? I'm not sure what you're looking for. There have been reports of fighting in the streets at night. Something to do with the supposed Shadow Thief Guild and a rival. If you do see something, just keep your distance. I've already had uninvolved people go missing, and I don't need any more. Keep out of the streets at night, citizens. All but decent folk are asleep at these hours anyway. And off they go. We didn't instigate a fight, and thus we avoided one. We didn't really want to fight there anyway. Hello, you. You're just going to walk around, that's fine. We have business in here. We have someone to talk to. And I believe that person is you.
Whatever you want.
Hello.
I am one of the few who are chosen.
Ah, yes. I do see Medine has proven to be his faithful self. How are you, my dwarven mercenary? Are you up to the task Medine has recruited you for? I be up to any task, wizard, but if there be convincing to be done, ye'd best convince me comrade here, Terry. It be her decision whether we take your job or nay. That can be a bit confusing, when people refer to other people in your party when you instigate conversations, but I had a feeling that was aimed at Corgan. Truly? A more tempered attitude than I expected of you, dwarf. The advantage of serving the cowled wizard should be plain for anyone to see. Perhaps Medine has let slip a little of what this is about? No? Well, yes, I do have something I would like you very much to do, if you'd care to hear it. First, I would like to know where Emowyn is. Emowyn? Ah, the girl arrested along with the wizard. I do not have such inconsequential information on me, so put aside such demands. It can't hurt to, put a little bit of a threat in and say, hey, we won't help you if you won't help us. I will not put it aside. Either you tell me where Emowyn is, or you shall not receive my assistance. I will look into the matter for you if you perform this task. However, I can guarantee nothing. If this means we do not work together, so be it. I had hoped differently, but a chance is better than nothing. Tell me more about the reward, and I may be more inclined. The reward. Adventurers have much use for items the cowled wizards hold. It is sad that magic is so despised in Athkatla, for it has many uses. Oh, indeed, it has loads of uses. Mainly fireballs. Out with it, wizard. If there be treasure to be had, I wish to know of it. We will offer you an item of substantial magical power, as well as a good deal of gold coin. But again, I must have your word on the matter before I continue. I do not know how I can give my word on a matter I know nothing of. Yes, it is a lot for even I to ask, eh? You are more than capable of performing this task, and it will conflict with none of your current loyalties. Oh, we'll see about that. There, if you believe any of that, I have a bridge in Aranok I'd like to sell you. Do not trust him, I say. And you would garner the goodwill of the cowled wizards, not to mention a substantial reward, but if you are determined to refuse, I simply cannot stop you. All right then, I agree to perform this task. tell me what you would have me do. Excellent. Your agreement means that the cowled wizard shall hold you to your word. This matter must be handled with discretion and expediency. That is something that has been plaguing us for more than a week now, and has become quite alarming. You know the prevailing attitude against magic here in Arm, yes? Well, amongst some it is even worse than that. A burning, palpable hatred. One particular man here in Athkatla has murdered 2 of our number in cold blood. He is currently in hiding, and we need you to track the fellow down. We have been unable to do so, much to our frustration. Cowled wizards cannot be assaulted without repercussions, or it will lead to serious problems. Who is this murderer, then, and how am I supposed to track him down when you failed? He is Valigar Korthala, last son of a wealthy family and a true brute. Ask around, and you may discover if he is hiding within the city or someplace else. He has a home in the Docks district, or he may have fled to the Umar Hills. His friends and servants will not speak to us, but they may to you. And just what am I supposed to do with this Valigar fellow once I find him? I am no murderer. We do not ask that you commit any murder. We wish Valigar be delivered to us, that is all. He will likely resist, so if you must kill him, so be it. Also, may have been a slight lie about the fact that we're not a murderer. We did do that whole wedding scenario after all. But if you do kill him, I simply must have his body. Valigar must be delivered to us whether he is dead or alive. You understand, yes? Is there anything else I should know? There is nothing I can think of. Perform your promised task, and the cowled wizard shall be pleased. Very well. I will hunt this murderer down and return him to you. You gave your word, so I expect nothing less. I await the sight of this murderer's body soon. You're so confident that we're not going to be able to bring this person in alive, I see. A hunt for a bounty, is it? I wonder why the wizard gives us so much background. Lies, all of it, I have little doubt. Perhaps if we figure out why they want this man, Terry, we'll have more treasure yet. That is a good point. We've got to presume that they are at the very least concealing information from us. Hello, how are you? You are not important, though you are standing there as if you are. And there's somebody here that may want someone to speak with them. We should probably have a conversation with Dellen here. Hello.
Who are you?
Hello, ma'am. And hello to you, young man. What might your name be? My name's Dellen. I was sent to find someone, but things have all gone wrong. I've had all my money stolen, and I'm lost, and everyone's so mean. That's terrible. Here, take 5 gold pieces. That should help you out a little. Yes, ma'am. You're very kind, but it'll probably get stolen again, and I haven't found anyone who can help my village. Oh? Why does your village need help? I'm from Imsvale in the Umar Hills. People have been disappearing. Some of them have turned up, but they've all turned inside out and mad. Inside out and mad? That's no good. And even worse, everyone says they've seen strange beasts out in the hills. Everyone's so frightened. There's even to talk that Umar herself has returned. Who is this Umar? Umar was a witch who terrorized Arm a long time ago. My mother says the hills were named after her, but she disappeared so long ago nobody remembers what happened. Lots of people say she's come back to bring her vengeance upon us. Mother says it's just stories, but I don't know. What sort of strange beasts do these people say they've seen? People have been saying lots of things. Some say it's creatures made of magic. Others say it's just a big wolf pack hunting in the hills. Is there no evidence of what's behind all this trouble? Nobody knows. Those that shows up are all twisted and strange. Completely mad. Then they die and their bodies disappear. Minister Lloyd can't figure it out. Where is this Imsvale? Perhaps I will check out the situation myself. I can show you where it is on your map. I'm sure Minister Lloyd would be ever so grateful if you could aid the village. Everyone's terribly frightened. we could ask about a reward. And that is what we should do. If I decided to go to your village, boy, what would be the reward for ridding it of this menace? I don't know. You'd have to talk to Minister Lloyd. He's the mayor. Very well, I'll do that. I'll go to your village and see if I can't fix things. You would? How wonderful! Thank you so much. When you get to Imsvale, talk to Minister Lloyd. He can tell you everything else. Thank you, ma'am. By the pits of the abyss, you've agreed to run off to the bloody forest on the windings of a whelp, have ye? Have ye lost your senses? Bah! But think of the reward, Corgan. The reward could be great. Really great indeed. And when we come back, folks, we should probably think about getting a stone skin cast. You could always do with some stone skin. And we'll go and check out that lead we have on Valagar when we come back. We need to go to the Docks District and find out where Valagar has gone. If Valagar is even in the city is probably the first thing we should inquire about. I get the feeling we might not find Valagar in the city, though. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.